trying to find an interesting way to get across the UP. We just crossed the Mackinac Bridge here, and I don't want to take Highway 2 back, even though Lake Michigan is pretty, but it's better in a car and doing freeway speeds and stuff, and I kind of want to cruise 40 to 50 miles an hour. So, and plus kind of see how this TW handles this gravel stuff here. So looks like we found at least a few miles of this, and looking at the map, it might tie into some other alternative routes to head slowly west to the west side of the UP, which is where I live. So let's just take our time as much as possible, even though I've got a ton of things to do to get ready for the Beagle adventure, but it's the way it is. I don't want to be in a hurry. I don't think you guys either. So stay tuned. Oh, this is looking promising. Look at this. Dirt trails. And it even says open to motorcycles and ATVs, and usually they say stay off them. I guess we're back on the UP. Welcome back to the UP. All right, guys, so we followed this route, the straight one that goes by Hay Lake there, and we could turn up 123, but it looks like it parallels. It goes up, and you see it just keeps going, and it parallels 123 for quite a ways. So we might as well just stay on this dirt shoe track and see how far we can take it. No reason to get out on the pavement. I keep spotting these apple trees on the side of the trail, and I want to try one. There is apple, I mean, this is apple tree region right here, you know, the UP in general. Ooh, they look like good ones too. Oh, and they taste good. I'm gonna grab some. Perfectly ripe. Just a little bit tart. You make great apple pies and applesauce. Little dog, come on out. Came across an abandoned structure out here along the side of the trail. It's made out of concrete, which is interesting. Let's walk around it. I don't think there's anything to see inside because the roof caved in a long time ago. Wonder what this was. There's a couple more apple trees over here. I read somewhere many years ago that there are like 2,000 different varieties of apples in the world. That would not surprise me because it seems like every tree I come across, they're just a little different. These are small, probably don't taste very good. Oh, I was wrong. They taste great. Sometimes, you know, I think they're crab apples, but they're really good tasting apples. They're just small. Wow. Let's just see if that was a random one. Nope. They're all ripe and ready to eat. The abundance of God's creation is amazing sometimes. Everything we can get from it, a lot of it free, you know, or almost free. Catch fish, hunt, apples, berries, just foraging. I'd like to really maximize that in my life. It's a lot of work, but very rewarding. got to tell you guys this really quick before the opportunity passes. So I'm taking this trail that parallels 123, and you know, I was thinking, I might need to get some gas soon, and there's a gas station right across the street. I went and got gas, and I talked to this guy. He just stopped in for a second to get some stuff, and he's got a TW, and he might come and join the channel if he can remember. I need to get cards or something to hand out to folks, but he has a TW also, and he's telling me all sorts of cool stuff. Actually, might have saved me a few things that's good to know, and he told me about a Facebook group too. So this day, look at this beautiful day, riding dirt all by myself. I got my own little gravel highway all the way to Paradise, Michigan, I think. We will see. All right, guys, this is finally starting to occur to me that the UP is the perfect place to own a TW200. If I can get to Newberry on these dirt 2-tracks, then I'll bet you I could, not just me, anybody could get all the way across the entire UP on dirt roads if they know where to go. This goes to a little town called Cedarville, and Newberry's in Luce County, which I'm a fan of. That's where I used to go all the time to pick blueberries, and we might just stop in there on this trip. I have kind of one of my favorite places right up there with Manitou Island. And also, while we're stopped here, I'm going to point out that it finally occurred to me this is probably a former railroad grade. And the reason why I think so is that I'm starting to see old wooden, what would you call those on a railroad, you know, like the bed that they put the rails on. Every once in a while you'll see they left some, and they probably pulled up the tracks on an old railroad grade, because this is level and this is straight, and that's usually where they like to put railroad tracks. And I know out in California where I grew up, there used to be some, you know, there's a program called Rail to Trails, and they would, you know, revitalize the old former railroad grades that were no longer used for the railroad. So I'll look it up, you know, by the time I post this video, but I'm pretty sure that's what this is. And if so, that's awesome. And thank you, the state of Michigan, for doing so. All right, guys. I don't know why this is so like surprising to me, but look at this. Look at these trails. So if we go that way, we can go to Newberry. Now I know where Newberry is, or we could cut down to Lake Michigan. I know where Epidote, or however you, Epidet, French word. I'm always terrible at them. I know where that is. We came from St. Ignace. That's where the bridge is. Or we can continue, I'd call it northwest to Trout Lake. This is amazing. And we're doing it all on these paved, really nice trails that this bike is perfect for. Just cruising along slow, 25, 30 miles an hour. It's freedom. When you no longer have traffic behind, here, I'm gonna turn the phone. When you don't have traffic just barreling up behind you, you know, you can't blame them. Everyone in their cars. When I'm in a car, I'm probably the same way. Just get out of my way, right? It's just human nature. But when you're on a slow bike, you know, they barrel up behind you, and it's a problem. You know, it makes you nervous. You can't relax. It's really the biggest bummer about riding slow and small bikes. But once you can get away from that, that's why, you know, this is idealistic thinking, of course, but if there was like a trail system all over the country that was designated for low horsepower scooters and, you know, slow things that do 25, 30 miles an hour tops, that you could get all over the country without getting out into the main traffic, it would be amazing. I think I would live on that transportation system myself. I mean, we're kind of explaining the river system if you think about it, because, well, you know, that's the backwater side of backwaters and backroads, which we'll talk about later. But you get my drift, right? If you just want to live in the slow lane, it would be awesome. And I bring that up because this is what this is. Look, I'm trying to decide here. We're gonna go that way? Are we gonna keep going towards the Lake Superior? Basically, is this direction. Middle of the UP and Lake Michigan would be this direction. We'll decide. I don't know. All I know is my mind's being blown right now, and I'm not even sure why. I do know that the UP is snowmobile paradise, of course, and four-wheeler paradise, and it's just one of those places that's got such a low population that, you know, it just inadvertently creates a environment of freedom in that regard. And it's making me love the UP all the more. If I could figure out a way to get all over the UP on these back roads, which I have a feeling I might be able to, just finally sit down and do some proper research. Maybe I'll just lose my luster for moving to Maine, and I'll just set my roots deeper here. Who knows? But probably Maine's like this too. Who knows? I don't know. Okay, guys, enough yapping. Let's keep doing some exploring. This is awesome. Well, it looks like you're kind of comfortable up there. What are you doing? We popped off the trail here for a minute and I saw some civilization going by. I'm guessing this is the town of Ozark, but I have to check if it's a town. It's a wide spot in the road, but it has this old mini mart that was interesting, I thought. Got some of this old Anheuser-Busch stuff, and you know, it's interesting to me. So that used to represent Bud Light right there, hydrofoil boat racing. And you know, I don't need to tell you what how they're advertising Bud Light now. Pretty much a dead brand. Should talk about it on the other channel sometime. Here's some old pumps. Let's see what gas used to cost. They cleared the pumps, but oh, wait a second. What was it? $1.99 a gallon the last time these pumps were on. Yeah, it appears that there is these trails all over the UP. I love coming and checking these free book displays. And I was looking through this one. Look what I found. Check this out, guys. So the little book stand down the street that I found, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. I also found this book. Now, what's so special about this book? Let me show you. Everyone's heard the line, "It was a dark and stormy night." Where did that come from? A Wrinkle in Time. Look at this. They don't have like the crossings that, you know, you see the arms come down a lot. They have a guy come out. Oh, look, maybe there's two people on there. I don't know. He's crawling on there. That's how they cross this very rural road in central UP here. I guess to get people to stop so they're not running into the train or the train's not running into them. Then it just slowly crawls along. Came to a complete stop, and then came and checked for traffic, and then just slowly crosses.